Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Iqra Tech Solution. Today we have a special guest, Suma, who is not only the motivational speaker, also the author of a book called Force Destiny. Today we will learn a little bit about his book, like what is this book about and why he wrote this book. And also we will learn about like the people who always complain about the time, like they say we have no time, the time management. And also at the end, I will ask him the question, why he put my name in his book, right? Like he has a lots of example in his experience, but why he put my name in his book. So that's what we are going to discuss. So, Assalamu alaikum, Suma. How are you?
Walaikum salam, my brother. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, thank you for joining today. I know you are very busy, and we supposed to do this like few months back, but you're traveling a lot back and forth, US and Guinea. And I saw you in the media that you are doing some interview and do motivational speech in there. Yeah, thank you for joining today.
So, thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. So before we start asking you the question, can you please tell me about your background, your education history? Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me once again. First of all, please allow me to thank your audience. You got very, Iqra Solution team, you got very, you must be very, proud of yourself. Because you choose to be here today, you could be using this time for different things, hiking or football or state TV or anything, you name it. But you choose to be here today to listen to me, to discuss about the Force Destiny, not only for me, but that's it to me that you guys are part of this generation, young generation, ready to invest on themselves. So once again, thank you for having me. Well, there's not much to say about myself. My name is Abdullah Suma. You're going to see that straight in my book. Ami stands for the name of my mother. I know, each of us a little bit connection with our mothers. We love them. So I was born and raised in Africa, Guinea. And I came to US in 1998. I came here with a civil engineering degree. I have that back home, Gamal Abdel University. And I worked in Guinea for 7 years before I moved to US. I came here and I spent 7 years before I get my green card. So no one could give me a job. And I did not want to waste any time. I decided to go to TCI College to learn different things. At TCI College, I learned electronic engineering. That's why I met Mohammed. Mohammed became a part of my friend, a friend of mine. And after TCI, graduated from TCI College, I attended also NYIT, New York Institute of Technology for Telecommunications Networking Management. And finally, I ended up my education here with a bachelor degree, an MBA at Devry University, Keller School, Graduate School of Management. So that's a little bit about me. I am an office specialist at Kanika Minota. Kanika Minota recruited me from TCI. I am the guy I did not have an interview. I've only two interviews in my life. The first was back home in Guinea, and the second was for here for KMBS. As I said earlier, I am an office specialist working for Kanika Minota for almost 15 years. As Mohammed said, I travel a lot because I only have a business. I've started by online. I opened that business since 2011. For now, it was like the beginning. I was selling wireless routers, but we kept like staging up. So today we do a lot of stuff for different things. Yeah, not much about me. So pretty much, I hope you guys you learn a little bit about my humble person. Once again, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you for your background. But I have curiosity, like people, like whoever want to study here, they always stay in the same field. But you are all over the place. You have civil engineering, then you come to the US, you start with the electrical engineering, then telecommunication, then business administration. So my question is, what made you choose a different field of study?
Well, we live in small world. You will not barricade yourself in one area. If you you have one way of living, thinking, then as you will miss a lot of stuff. So I just said I'm civil engineering. That was my first option. I got my first degree there, my first job in Guinea, more than 7 years. But I am a passionate guy. I love to learn. I love to get new challenges in my life. I want to learn. I have like my curiosity pushed me a lot to learn different things and be able to communicate with people in the language you understand. For instance, if you are a manager and you want to discuss with an IT guy, chances are it will be difficult for you to understand his language. So you need somebody here to help you out. Otherwise, the good project can be presented, but because of a lack of knowledge of the manager, he might end up rejecting a good project because of money, because of the cost. Simply because that person is lacking something. So I am the guy who love to learn, who love to, for all those degrees, everything else go. So it's not like I'm just going there to be a student. No. NYIT, I graduated with Kuma clothes. And in my civil engineering degree, I have an excellent, like, that was the highest recognition they can give to students. So everything I go is something I do the best I can to be to have ability to absorb something, because at the end of the day, it's not about me. I am living things because I love to give back to the community. I love to teach people. I love to transfer people things I know. If you have like money or material wealth, those are stuff you can keep for yourself, or you can start spraying. But at the end of the day, you're gonna lose it, right? Everything gonna finish. But if you have knowledge is the only thing you can give to somebody or million of people, and still more you give, more you get. You get back. So that's my way of living. That's how I see the world, and I love to learn things. So when I go back home, I have ability to transfer my knowledge to my community.
Yeah, thank you. And addition to that, in the way I see you, you are like a hunger of knowledge. So I have a two scenario that I can share with the audience, that I think in 2014, 2014, when I got my CCNP, which is Cisco Network Professional Certificate, and CCNA Voice. And after I got my certificate, and also I had my own lab. Right now, we don't need a physical Cisco router or switch to practice, because remotely we can connect them. But back in that day, so I invite you at my home and to show you my lab, and you didn't tell me anything. And when you go back home, after 1 week, you call me, hey, Mohammed, can you please come to my house, set it up this for me? I already bought house. So you bought maybe, if I remember correctly, it was like more than $1,000 you spend, and you learn about the networking a little bit. And the second scenario, in 2017, I call you and I told me, hey, I switched my career to the software testing, and it is really cool. I enjoy it, and I love this kind of field. Then you got curiosity and you told me, can you please teach me the software testing? So you joined the class, and now you also have a little bit of knowledge about the software testing, even though you are not going to work in this field, you are not going to work in the networking field. So the only reason I share with this to the audience, that sometimes we learn things to gain knowledge, even it's not about do the job, right? So as he mentioned earlier, that if people are talking about technology, and if you do not know the technology, familiar with the technology, this time is very difficult for you to be up to date, right? So the education, also he mentioned about, you may have $1,000 every day. If you spend $1, and sometimes you can spend and it will be finished. But if you have a knowledge, and if you spread that knowledge to others, your knowledge will be built up. It will never finish, right? So education is not only about the money. Is only is only give you the confidence when you are going to talk with the people, and you will be proud by yourself. Yeah, thank you so much. And now I'm come to your book, which is First Destiny. So there is a lots of thing available you can do, like in your life. But why, why or what inspire you to write motivational books?
Well, my focus here is a young generation. I want to, I think the best thing you can offer to this young generation is education. I see many people complain about things. You talk a little bit about what we did together and how you met me, how I spend my stuff. When it's come to knowledge, when it's come to looking for education, I do not trade anything. I don't think about the money. I will find a way. If you love something, you want to realize something, you will find a way to do it. But if it's not really important for you, you will find excuses. So education, I mean, before everything I observe, how I see the poverty, how I see the young people full of love, life, full of many things, but it's still, they sitting there on the sideline, they don't do anything of their energy. And the young youth, what youth give you has a opportunity. So for me, it's something must be done about it. So my focus here is the young generation, and I wrote the book for these people, for these targets, for this to tell them a little bit about myself, my life story. Actually building that one to motivation, because I know there's a lot of books around there that talking about this subject, but some of them are not this. I mean, the one I offer here, what makes this a big difference is like it's a little bit link of life experience. It's not something you can read here and don't just throw away. It's something you can read and get to relate to it. You feel like this guy is talking about me. I met this kind of challenge in my life. And this guy, you might think like you're in difficulty or you're in poverty, but you must understand that there are millions of people who love to be like you. Millions of people met that kind of problem, and they were able to succeed and to overcome. So those are kind of, for example, it's just like also a lot of sentences, a lot of quotation that people can relate to. So I might write, I could write to anything, because I'm kind of very passionate about learning, about writing, about reading, anything I say. But I choose this people, this target audience, because I know they have more challenges. They have a lot of things on me. We just need to push them in order for them to realize what is best for them. So yeah, that's the only reason I selected to be a motivation speaker and also writers, to help these younger people to understand that everyone has something to play in own destiny.
Yeah, thank you. So the next question I have, like when you start writing, right? So how do you approach the writing process? Like there is a separate way, is depend on individual, but for your way, like how do you approach the writing process?
Well, every successful project, businesses, ideas begins by a solid mental state of mind. You have to organize your thoughts. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to define your what. You have to define your who. You have to define your why. You have to define your how. What I mean by that, what mean what you want to solve as a problem. Is there any problem? You want to write something, what do you want to write about? Your why why you want to do it. And how are you going to do it? In that how, you're going to define what you need actually. Do you need a new skill? Do you need some people who collaborate with you in what you want to do? For instance, you want to write a book. Definitely you need a book cover. You're not a designer. Who can I identify to help me? Who is the best in that area? So once that part is done, it's come now to a second part. I think like this one of the most important part, and that is the time management. And you have to be very organize your thoughts, and organize also. Somebody call me. Let me. So as I said earlier, the second part, the most important, is you have to define your time management, organize your thoughts, and also be sure that at home, and then people who depend on you, your wife, your children, your household, understand that you are doing something, you are the project. And also you identify a place in your home. When you start working, nobody disturb you. And fix yourself a routine. Once you have a routine, stick to it. You want to work, like half an hour a day, in a weekend, and you take a weekend like heavy lifting, and use every single moment. Like when you're traveling, if you think like you spend like me, 40 minutes from here to Manhattan, then in that process, don't be sleeping on, don't let that time vanish away. So just use every single time to do something, but the most important, your routine must be there. Nothing is supposed to be taking you away from the road. So once all those two levels are set up, it's come to one keyword: discipline. It's not uncommon, Mohammed, to see people, full of a lot of stuff, engineer, who knows a lot of stuff, but who are not able to organize to do something for themselves. You know why? Because people are not disciplined. It doesn't matter how much, how smart you are. If you're not disciplined, there's nothing you can do. The consistent or something nicer in your life that can improve your life or life of people around you. So you do, once again, you define those different stuff. You know what you have to do, why you're doing it, and you know how to do it. And you stick to it, you discipline, and just try to execute what you want to realize.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And like the keyword here, you say a few things is time management, time management, and stay focused.
Yes, time management. Define first is one point. That might be that little for you, but I attach a big price of it, because if you don't define very clearly your why, in the process you're going to have a lot of difficulty, because there's no free lunch. If success was very easy, a lot of people would be living in their dream, but it's not a piece of cake. You have to work for it. It's very hard. So sometimes you might be discouraged. You might ask yourself, why am I doing this, all this, But if those moments comes to you, if you feel completely down, then this is why you're going to help you. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this one for my family, for my community, to improve the life of people. Then when you understand that, and then you have the plan, so you're going to stick for it. Once again, define why, what you have to do, why you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. Do you need help? And try to define all those before you start it. And once that is set, then it's come to the plan. A part of the plan, it's your time management. We all have 24 hours. So it depends how much how you're going to use your 24 hours. If you spend your 24 hours, 8 hours you're sleeping, or 12 hours you're sleeping, 4 hours you watching video game, and somebody who work hard will spend 8 hours, 12 hours working, then you're not going to have the same result. So it's come to time management, it comes to discipline, because sometimes you want to work, you have things to do, your friend wants you to go out, your wife wants to do something. So you have to be able to say no, when really no is the only answer to help you to stay away from obstacle that can come here like a barrier from you and what you're going to accomplish. So organize your thoughts, time management, change your behavior, stick to your plan and your routine, and very disciplined on executing any project.
Yeah, and now this come to my next question is, like sometimes whenever we read the book or as a human nature, like we don't, like sometimes we go high, sometimes we go low, and sometimes it's very difficult to stay focused. Like for you, like how do you stay motivated and focused?
Well, it's come to the same question here, because if you know why you're doing what you're doing, then that's the first thing that will be your drive. I am doing this one, like my book, for instance. I got a lot of money when I did my book, but all those money went to these people again, the younger people. I invest on them. You understand? I go to different universities, speak to them, talk to them about themselves. My job here is to push each and every one of us, every one of those younger people, to live in their highest level possible God-given potential. That's my job. If my book can help even 2 people to accomplish that one, I would say I did something good. So that's human nature. Sometimes when it's very difficult, things are very tough, you might be disgraced, you might be very low. And in your low level, that's why you have to, think about yourself, think why you even start this project for the first place. When you think your why, if your why is strong enough, you will not stop until you accomplish. Because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, let's say you work like 6 months to accomplish something, and then at the 7th month, you stop. What that mean? That means 6 months from your life. You took 6 months away from your life without doing anything. A lot of what happened to people here, people don't know how far they are. Sometimes you give up when you're almost there. I give an example. I read a book, forgot the name. Book name, forgot the name, but if I remember, I will tell you. It's about Devry, right? Devry was like a gold miner. This guy, he works in a gold miner. He was a miner, and he borrowed a lot of money and bought equipment and go to start mining. And he started to dig. He dig a lot. So in his process, at the end, he got disgraced. Just because he think like he couldn't get anything, and he gave up. Right? When he gave up, what he did, he sold his material to somebody else. This guy took this material, and he wanted to see an engineer, a mining engineer. A mining engineer come here and then say, "Oh, man, you like 2 inches away from the gold." The guy, 2 inches away from the gold. So this guy one day, in 2 inches, he become one of the richest guys in the area. What this mean? People give away, they have no idea. You will be traveling, like man, you have only few days to finish up. But unfortunately, you get disgraced. If you start something, you have to be somebody who ready, willing to do anything to accomplish what you want to do. You're not going to stop just in the middle of the roads. Otherwise, everything you have been accomplished so far will be like a vanish. It's like you didn't do nothing. You take away a time valuable time from your life. You don't do that for yourself. You don't do that for your family. You don't try to improve anything in life. So once again, if you start something, it doesn't matter what. Never, ever, ever give up. You might change things based on your reality. Like for instance, when I have started by online, I used to sell wireless routers. The beginning was very good. I had a good business because I said, man, I have to create this business because it's like I was going to MBA for my MBA. I didn't have enough time to work, so I have to do something. So otherwise, there's a lot of loss of opportunity here. So fill the gap. I create that company, and I have my BlackBerry. I was doing everything with BlackBerry. What happened is all these network, TV network station starts giving away what I'm selling. So they push me out of business, all right? So what I did not close my company. I was thinking, now doing MBA. After my MBA, I pivot. I start now pivot for trading. So I was selling also, dollar, against dollar to US. I mean, dollar to euro, euro to Canadian dollar, something like this. So I just changed things completely. Instead of wireless routers, I'm selling based on my knowledge from NYIT. Now I am in different field, an MBA. So one is not good. I mean, if one door is closing, understand there's always another door is opening. And opportunities comes and go. Sometimes we're not smart enough or we don't pay enough attention, so we don't see it. But the opportunities are always there. Anytime there's a problem, the problem always comes with opportunities. It's in you to define, to do everything, to understand what kind of opportunity what can I do to define this opportunity, and what can I do to transform, right? To change it to something bigger for myself. So never give up in life until you die, keep fighting, okay? And there's nothing wrong with changing the direction, but the main goal here, you don't stop until you reach, the level you set up before you start anything.
Yeah, here, if I summarize the example you give for digging the gold digger, right? It's a gold digger. So that is called, if I summarize, that will be like the consistent. The consistent of work is very, very important. So there's like, I always like, sometimes myself, I got discouraged, right? So what I think always that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives 24 hours. And also as a Muslim, we have to pray 5 times in a day, right? We can like early in the morning, if I say, okay, like during the day, I may have no time, let's pray 5 times all together here. It doesn't work that way. So we have a consistency, like, like we have to pray at the early in the morning, then and then afternoon, then or almost, like the end of the day, then Salatul Maghrib, then at the end, we conclude with the Isha prayer. So that is the consistent. If we do not like or not, that the rules that we have to follow every day. So is the similar concept is applied to any new thing we learn, because whenever we learn new technology or new thing, and obviously it's not going to be easy in the start. We cannot learn the whole concept in one day. So little by little we have to learn, like, let's say 2 sentences today, and because our brain need to be flexible, our brain need to be adjust to that environment. Then when the brain is adjust, then we can add more content or more thing into our brain. So but it has to be consistent, right? If we are not do the consistency like every day, we will never reach our goal. Yeah. So now, in addition to that, like a lot of people say, like a lot of my students, they say, man, this software testing is really difficult, right? And I can't do that. Like whenever we try to start programming, like especially Java, Python, or C#, and they say it is very difficult. I cannot do it. This is not for me. Like it is very difficult. Right, so they always are about complain about the time and also very difficulty about the subject. So those, like, what kind of message you can tell to that people?
Well, my message is the first thing is the problem I see over there, the way people talk about themselves or talk about it to themselves or themselves. You don't say, I cannot do it. You don't say, it's not for me, I will never do it, it's hard. It's a hard mean, you need more efforts. If Mohammed can do it like in 2 days, that means for me, maybe I need 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but it doesn't matter what, I will get there. So you don't tell yourself, I will not do it, I mean, I cannot do it. This world can. should not be in your vocabulary. You have to be, how can I do it? If you say to yourself, how can I do it? You unlock your brain. Your brain gonna be looking for solution, and eventually you will find it. But if you say to yourself, I cannot do it, then definitely you already lack it. That's it. I mean, human brain works that way. That's the way human brain works. If you believe in yourself, it's all depends the level you put yourself. You can say, okay, I can be a football player, but I cannot be a manager. That's you. That's the way you define yourself. Please stop that one. We have the possibility is unlimited. It's all depend on you. It's everything. It's all on you. If you want to become something, you just have to pay the price for it. People complain because they don't want to pay the price. That's all. Maybe, he don't want to give up the time he spent for, to watch a football or to do something less useful for something, because everything I do, once again, the prices are attached to it. So the price might be so great. The guy want to get a diploma without to pay the price. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get both at the same time. So you have to set your game. Talk to yourself nicely. Please, even you have to, keep the habit. Don't say that in front of your kids. Don't tell them they cannot do something. No. Always think about how you're gonna do it. When you say, how can I do it? Then you will find a solution eventually. Maybe if the subject is too hard, that means you cannot learn everything in a single shot. You see, once again, it's come to the time management. There's some subjects you spend one day, some subjects spend a month, even years. The most important, and you will get there eventually. But if you don't, that's what I say all the time. If you want to go somewhere, do not ask a question or advice to someone who doesn't want to go anywhere. If you want to change your life, you have to change your friend. That doesn't mean you have to be mean to the people. No, I'm just saying that if you want to be an eagle, and you cannot be a good companion for the fish because you don't have the same environment. If you want to be a software tester, maybe you need Mohammed like a friend. You're not going to have a friend like your football players. This guy wants to spend more time with the TV, and you want to spend more time with computers. It's not going to work. So it's all about you, the way you see yourself, how you see yourself in 5 years, in 10 years. And what are you doing to get there? If you tell me you're a nurse and you want to be doctor in 10 years, I say, congratulations, you're going to get there just about time. But you have to be realistic. If you say you want to be a software engineer, but you the guy, you want to be a software engineer in 6 months, and you the guy doesn't even know how to turn on the computers, I say that's not realistic. So you need maybe more time. You have to change your time management, the way you're thinking, your way of thinking. So pretty much, we might be talking about this subject for hours. At the end of the day, we'll come back to the same conclusion here. It's all about you, my friend. The way you want your destiny to be, your life to be, you have to be able to pay for it. If you pay for it, you want to get it. If you don't pay for it, you won't. That's how life is. There's no free lunch in New York, it says, right? So it's all about you. If it's all about you on you. You have your own destiny in your hands. You play it as you want.
Yeah. So in addition to that, also people complain about the age. Like, oh man, I'm so old. I am 40 or 50. I can't learn this thing. It's not possible. So you are the practical example. So can you please tell me, like when you start your associate degree in TCI, how old you are and how old you are now, and still you are hunger for learning? Yeah.
Well, age is just a number. We have a smart old man, and I don't like the word stupid, but you can apply today to some younger people, right? it's all about how you think about yourself. You has all the how you think. If you think you're 40, then you look 40. Okay. If you think like you as young as you as young as you feel. Okay. I think I met you when I was 40 years old. And I don't think I was the least intelligent in the class. So, so that means there's no, the age barrier doesn't exist. So it's everything is how your head, I mean, you put your mind to it. And even at the age of 60, 80, people still learning, people still fighting. You go to library, you go there, you're gonna see people. I mean, almost 80 years old, you will see, man, what you guys doing here? But knowledge, looking for knowledge, and there's no barrier. It's like it's something that feed you. You feed yourself with knowledge. Knowledge, respect, give you self-comfort, respect. People respect you based on what you know, but not only not necessarily who you know or what you can offer. No, that's not how things work. Maybe for job or something, but because even those who don't like you, they will respect you. It will at some point they will treat you fairly because who you are, who you're doing with as an individual. So age for me is just a number. Age factor is really not something that's supposed to define someone. You define yourself based on your personality and your character and the principle you have in your life. So people can judge you as they want to, but at the end of the day, I mean, you have to understand in each of us, we have at least 3 people. A person people know, a person your close people know, your friends, and a person you know. Never ever lie to that person. Don't lie to yourself. You know who you are, you know what you can accomplish. So go for it.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. So now I am going to just read the title from your book, page 177. And the title for this section called The Responsibility of One Towards the Other. So here, so you mentioned one of the story that is direct to me. So let me tell the story to the audience. Then I will, my question for you will be like, why you put my name in your book? Like you have lots of examples that you can put in your book, but why you choose my name? Okay, so the story is about like in 2008, like as Suma mentioned, we first met in like while we were doing the associate degree with the electrical engineering technology. So after we complete the associate, he was doing the internship with the Konica Minolta. And, you know, like during the period of in TCI, we had a job fair, the career fair, where company come to the location, for example, Medicine Square Garden. So I saw his manager, his name is Clyde. He was working with Konica Minolta and he was manager of Suma. So I saw him, and Suma always tell me like about the Clyde, and Clyde is really nice person. And I saw Clyde in 2008 or 9. I don't forget, I forget the date. So then I continue my bachelor degree. After I complete my bachelor degree, and then I apply for a job in Xerox. Then I got the interview, and the day of the interview, I saw Clyde in the office. Clyde didn't know me because I saw him back in 2008, and he was working Konica Minolta at that time. So now he changed his job. He started doing job in Xerox. First thing I asked him, I say, hey, good morning. And I asked him, I think I know you. You used to work Konica Minolta. Then Clyde asked me, okay, how you know me that I used to work Konica Minolta? Then I told him, yeah, my friend is still working the Konica Minolta. His name is Suma. And yeah, that time you were his manager. Then he told me, okay, do you know Suma? Can I have his number? Because he lost Suma number. So I gave him Suma number on the spot, and he calls you. And he just asked you, hey, Suma, do you know Mohammed Rubel? And you told me, yeah, he's my buddy. We we complete our associate degree from Technical Career Institute. Then he didn't ask me anything. He told me, okay, you can come back tomorrow for work. So he didn't ask me any single question related to work. And I stayed in Xerox for 2 years. Then I moved to the different direction. So this is the story is about, and I completely forget about it. And after, as I mentioned, his book was first published in French language in 2021, and he didn't tell me, and because I don't speak French. So earlier this year, his book was published with English. That time he told me, hey, Mohammed, I mentioned your the story, little story, your first job in my book. Then I read that book, and then I still I cannot thank enough. He put my name, his book. So now my question is, why you put my name in your book? Like, you have lots of example around you, but why you choose my story, or you choose my name to put here in your book?
Oh, thank you so much. If you understand, that is like a part of the conclusion of my book. That part concludes my book. Yes, we are friends, but your name here is not about you. It's not about me. The story is not about you. It's not about me either. But I would say that you have your first job without an interview, just my name. You say my name, hey, I know Suma. You say, oh, you know Suma? Okay, you have a job. I mean, what that mean? Honestly, if you could say also Suma, you say, you know Suma, they could say, we don't want to see you here. So that means we all have a personal and a collective responsibility for either one. If you do something good, you will feel like people who know you, who depend on you, who are close to you, will be affected positively or negatively. That's the main message I would like to send to people. Anywhere I go, I have, as I said, only 2 interviews in my life. I don't have interview. And once I have something, I never, even though something in a relationships, work relation or anything, co-worker or stuff, a lot of things can come and go, right? But I manage, I find a way. I am the guy always looking for something, the best out of the people. I don't judge you by your low point. I judge you by your highest moment. I don't judge someone because he's having bad time or bad day. So, I mean, everything I do, I know that if you say my name anywhere, my name can affect somebody positively or negatively. That's not only me, that's you, that's anyone. People don't pay attention, but it's a part of the game. Sometimes you can hear something or remember something, you're happy all day. And also you can remember, in the opposite side, remember some event, and then you become very sad. So that's why we have to be careful what we do with people in one-on-one integration, work, in work relation or anything. You have to be very mindful that sometimes your behavior or your actions can affect the people, or people can become a casualty about something that they didn't do. So you were lucky enough, your friend Suma didn't mess up, right? If I didn't mess up, then Scott will see it doesn't matter how much you know, even though you have a lot of talent or skill, he will not look for, try to listen to you. But he gave me a job because he know who I am, and he translates, he read my behavior onto you because you say you are my friend. So even if I wasn't, maybe I didn't have enough skill like you, or you didn't have everything that request was expecting, but the fact that you say you are my friend and he know me, I cannot be friend of any any kind of person. I mean, I'm looking for people who look like a little bit me or have same principle or think like me. That's my principle. That what make me select somebody like a friend or companion, anything. So once again, that part of a book, I wrote it not for you, not for me, but for the people to understand. That's not something I just write like that. It's a true story. Mohammed is still alive. I am still here. It's something that happened. So when I tell people what I think and about what happened, and they can relate to that one, they can understand. I hope that they will definitely try to do something to stay away from pitfall or some bad choices, because you might do something negative somewhere and it will follow you. I mean, once again, there's no free lunch. You do something, anything in life, you do two things. You do something for yourself or against yourself. You always follow you or follow somebody else close to you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really appreciate that that may help to others. Like good reference is really, really valuable. That I'm the example, one of them. And the thing is, like my first interview as a professional after I graduated from a college, I didn't have to take an interview, but Alhamdulillah, I did at least 7 projects. After that, I left from Xerox. Every single company I work with, I didn't have to do the second interview. I always get job first interview. That is one of the bless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. So once again, if I want to tell you, can you give like the summarize before we conclude today's call? Like just give me one sentence to the audience. Like people always complain about the time, age, and also, this is the digital age, like everybody distract with the social media, different platform. So just put like one line of sentence, give them the message that they can stay motivated.
Well, you have to understand, you think you have a lot of time. We don't. We have we all have 24 hours, depending how we use it. The problem here, we waste a lot of time. People think they don't have time. I would say, I don't say they don't. I mean, they waste a lot of time. There's a lot of waste. So you have to cut down. We depend on this phone now. You can imagine how many times you touch your phone a day and how much time you spend on your phone. So today, the big challenge we all have is that big distraction. Don't look for excuses. Look for solution. Always learn how to talk to yourself. Don't say any bad to yourself or to your kids. Even your kids, even if they do something worse, don't make name calling. Don't call them some type of name. Okay? Always feel like they are champion. They can do anything they want. Find a way how to talk to kids without damaging their brain. And yourself, invest in yourself in any manner. Invest in yourself, learn a lot, and cut excuses, please. Don't cut completely. You don't need excuses. Always look for solution.
Yeah, thank you. And also, I forget to mention, like you are also start writing another book, right?
Oh yes.
What is the name?
Because I realize this is about fear. People resist changes. A lot of stuff because of what fear. So I might go that way.
What is the name?
It's a I don't want to give you away.
Okay, yeah. So
but I know
inshallah we'll be
same line. Inshallah, may Allah make it easy. I don't like to promise because I know my time doesn't belong to me. I can promise something today. Allah only knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's why in close friend, I will tell you, I want to do something, but I will never say I will do it. Okay. In terms of that one, it's in the process. So I think may Allah help us. I can't stop because this audience, I know how to do something. That's something that will keep me going.
Yeah, thank you. And also I like to thanks to Clyde. He is still, I think, working the Xerox. So thank you, Clyde, for giving me the first job without an interview back in 2011. Yeah, so thank you all, and inshallah I'll see you next book, then we can connect back again about your book. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, thanks for having me. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you once again. Thank you guys for sharing your time, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you.